Hi, my name is Zoe, and I'm a member of Team 328 Aluminum Narwhals. And for this week, we're going to be talking about heat energy and heat transfer. So without further ado, let's get to the lesson. So first, let's start with, what is energy? So energy is the ability to do work. So, what does that mean? Well, energy is essentially the ability to change or move different things. So for instance, when you jump up, you're using energy. Or when you go to school, you have to drive a car. Or when your parents drive a car, they're using energy too. Or when you're eating, you're using energy. So energy is all around us. There's a lot of different types of energy. One type that we're going to be focusing on today is heat energy. So heat energy moves when there's difference in temperature. So heat is a type of energy. Energy being something that can move or change something. So heat moves between hot and cold objects. So you see this all the time, such as when you go outside in the sun, the sun gives you heat energy because the sun is a lot hotter than you. So heat energy goes from the sun and then hits your skin and then you feel hot. So that's heat energy. You can also see it when you eat food. So say you're holding a mug of hot chocolate. It's really hot, right? So when you touch it, the hot chocolate, which is hotter than you, will give you heat energy. So it goes from hot objects to cold objects. And heat energy wants to be the same in different objects, basically. So just like in a tub, if you have a bath, you don't want it to be hot on one side and cold on the other. You want it to mix and become like a warm temperature altogether. Similarly, heat energy wants to be equal in different objects when they come in contact. So that's why when you leave a hot cocoa out in the air for a long time, it'll cool down. That's because the heat energy goes into the air. And that way, over time, the hot chocolate will be the same temperature as the air. So that goes into our next topic, or heat transfer. So heat likes to move between different objects, like we said earlier, different temperatures. But why is it that some objects gets a lot hotter quicker than others? So say you go, you're baking cookies, okay? And you need to take the cookies out of the pan, from the oven. So when you take it out, you need to put on oven mitts, right? And when you do that, the hot metal pan doesn't feel so hot. You can grab it, take it out. But when you touch the pan with just your bare hands, it gets really hot and you get burned. So why does that happen? Something's still touching the hot pan, but you're not getting burned when you wear oven mitts. Well, the reason for that is a thing called specific heat. So specific heat is a measurement. It basically measures how easily can heat energy travel through an object. So back to our cookie example, when you touch the hot pan, you would think the hot pan allows heat energy to travel very easily because you instantly feel it. You're like, ouch, that hurts if you touch the hot pan. But if you use an oven mitt, it doesn't feel as hot. You don't get burned. And that's because heat cannot travel through the cloth as easily, the oven mitt. So that's why you don't get burned. Okay? So different objects can have different abilities or to transmit heat. Now we're going to go on to an activity. So for this activity, you're going to need 4 things, okay? You need 2 ice cubes, a metal bowl, and a plastic bowl. So you can get that really quick, and you can pause the video here. Alright, so now you have your 2 ice cubes, the plastic bowl and the metal bowl. So now we're going to do our activity. So you're going to put an ice cube in each of the bowls. So one in the metal one and one in the plastic one. Now you're going to leave it in there for a minute, alright? So you're going to try to predict which ice cube do you think is going to melt faster? So which one will be smaller after 1 minute? So you can pause here and then wait for a minute and see which one. Alright, so you should notice that the ice cube in the metal bowl actually melted faster than the ice cube in the plastic bowl. So why is that? It's because metal and plastic have different specific heats. So that means these different materials, the metal and the plastic, the different bowls, they can transmit or let heat travel at different abilities. Okay, so metal is able to allow heat to travel more easily than plastic. So that means the heat energy was able to go from the metal to the ice cube more easily, which allows the ice cube to melt because it's hot. So like the hot metal is able to go to the ice cube more easily and melt, while the plastic is not able to transmit heat as easily. The heat can't travel as easily, which means the heat can't travel up, so then the ice cube doesn't melt. Okay? So, let's recap. So we can see here, in the experiment, heat travels from the hot bowl, or the warm bowl, I guess, to the cold ice cube. Okay, so this is the bowl, and this is the ice cube. So heat travels from the bowl to the ice cube, which melts the ice cube, so that's why it gets smaller. And then the metal bowl can give heat to the ice cube more easily than the plastic one. So because of that, the ice cube melts more and the metal than the plastic in 1 minute. Okay? So that's what we learned today. We'll recap really quick, and then you guys can go off to the activity in the document. So first we learned that energy is the ability to do work, which means that energy allows you to change or move different items. This can be like doing jumping jacks, you can jump, or it can be like driving a car or going running. You're using energy for all those things. And heat is a certain type of energy. And this energy goes between hot and cold objects, so hot to cold objects. And you see that when you go outside, you go to like the sun. The sun gives you heat energy because the sun is a lot hotter than you. Or when you're holding hot chocolate, the hot chocolate is a lot hotter than your hands, right? So when you put your hands in the mug, the heat energy goes from the mug to your hands. Okay? And that's what makes you feel hot. So heat energy travels between hot and cold objects. And then certain objects can allow heat to travel better than others. So we looked at metal and we looked at plastic today. And metal actually allows heat to travel very easily, versus plastic cannot travel or allow heat to travel as easily. And that's why when you go bake cookies and you get the pan, if you touch the pan, it hurts, and you get really hot really quick. You get burned because the metal can give you the heat very easily. But if you put in an oven mitts and then grab the pan, you don't get super hot. And that's because the oven mitts, the cloth, does not allow heat to travel as easily, so you don't get burned. Got it? So that's what we learned for today. And in today's activity, you're going to be learning more about different objects and different materials and how they can transmute heat. Okay, bye.